Shalom, back with part 2. All right, let's continue here. All right. Where are we here? All right. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride. All right. Let me give you some examples of that. All right. Because nobody's more prouder than Esau, Edom. All right. So to start with, give you an example of that. Let's go to Isaiah 14. Okay. Starting around the 12th verse. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? All right. This is not talking about Satan, the spiritual entity. All right. When you look Lucifer up, it's talking about light bearer. Let's show you that. Okay. See what it says there, people? Lucifer equals light bearer. In this case, it's talking about the light bearer on the left-hand side. You may know them by that word called Illuminati. Okay? And going back in the ancient times, going back to the Babylonian kingdom, they were known as the Chaldeans, the wise men, the high priest of Babylon. Okay, the Magi's. Well, in modern day, today, those light bearers are your Illuminati, your Rothschilds, your Oppenheimers, your Rockefellers, etc., 13 families and all, your international banking families, Amalek, the Amalekites, the head tribe of the Edomites, all right, who are your cabal, your shadow government. You understand? Okay? That's who it's talking about. See? Of the king of Babylon. See? And Satan. And Satan, again, is not talking about the spiritual entity Satan. You need to know what Satan means in the Greek, Satan. All right? And what does it mean? Adversary. So it's talking about, right, the Illuminati, right, who are human beings, a human counterpart to the spiritual entity Satan here on earth, okay? The adversary here on the earth. Those that are opposed and against the Most High, Yahweh, his son Yahushua, and against their chosen people. And who is that? The Illuminati, the Edomites, the head tribe, Amalek, right? You understand, people? You understand? All right. So is that really difficult? No, it's not, is it? But you do have to put the pieces together. You understand that? And in order to do that, you need to know this book. You also need to be familiar with unrevised circular history, because the scriptures itself is a historic book. And this is your history for the Israelites. You understand that? For the Negro, Latino, and Native American. Okay? All right? All right. I believe you people, get the point there with that. All right? Let's continue reading on down here. All right? So now you understand who that's talking about. How art thou cut down to the ground, which it weakened the nations? How did they weaken the nations? America, Babylon the Great, through her democracies, all right, her doctrines, which is known as wine, okay, in the scriptures it's referred to as wine. The wine is her doctrines, her draconian laws, her ways and customs. America has taken on many different philosophies and incorporated it as her own. You know, the Babylonian, that's why we call it the Babylonian juice, all right. Also, known as the Chaldean, because America is known not only as the daughter of Babylon, but as the daughter of the Chaldeans. Spiritually, as Sodom, as in Sodom and Gomorrah. And you people should be able to figure that out by simply understanding who the alphabet people are. All right? And spiritually, Egypt. Okay? as in the house of bondage for the Israelites for over, 400 years. Okay? You understand that? People, do you get it? You understand that America has incorporated many philosophies of many previous kingdoms? You understand? You have a all-seeing eye pyramid in the back of your dollar bill. Washington, D.C. has an obelisk. Their religious sector, the Vatican, that Renaissance plantation Christianity, they have an obelisk outside of Rome there too, right? Out of the Vatican. And you also have one in the British Empire. And right there, you're discussing three different sections of the Edomite beast system. Okay? You're discussing the America, Babylon the Great being the military arm, along with NATO. Okay? And then you have the religious sector, which is that Renaissance plantation Christianity, starting with the Vatican. All right? And then under her umbrella comes all the other denominations of Baptist, Pentecostal, Protestantism, etc., etc. You understand? You could all put them in one room and they all wouldn't agree on anything. All right? Because they all created their own doctrines, which have nothing to do with these scriptures. Okay? Now, and then you have the financial sector, the British Empire, which America comes out of. Because the British Empire was the seventh head, part of the seven heads and the 10 horns. Okay? And America is the eighth head that comes out of the seven. So you would have to know your history. You'd have to know the parable. All right? In order to break that down, you'd have to know about Daniel chapter 2, the 10 toes. Daniel chapter 7 about the little horn, who is America, Babylon the Great. You understand, people? This is why you got to know your stuff. All right? All right. So I've explained to you how they weaken the nations. That's through her doctrines, her draconian laws, harsh and severe laws. All right. Proving here, all right, about her pride. All right. These Edomites and their pride. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of the God power. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, talking about the Israelites, because we are the congregation, we are the church, in the sides of the north, North America, America, Babylon the Great. And I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High. See that? Is that not showing you his pride? Okay? His God complex. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. Hell is a place, not a hell is not a place, but a condition. Okay? So salaki for that. Okay? It's not a place, it's a condition. Like being in a lower state. Like we, Israelites, we're in our hell. We're in a lower state. We're abased. Okay? But Esau is sitting in the power seat. So he's in what? His heaven. You understand, people? So he shall be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. In other words, he's being taken out of power. That's what's going on. We're in a transition. Okay? Where the Lord is raising up his people. Okay? And remember that, that's going to be permanent, because this is going to be the everlasting kingdom, Yahushai's kingdom, which we are co-heirs to, which starts with the elect. All right. And they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? You see that? Not the spiritual entity, Satan. Man. Lucifer means light bearer. Light bearer on the left-hand side. The Luciferians. Okay, the Satanists. You understand, people? Do you see it now? Do you get it? That made the earth to tremble and disdain kingdoms. That made the world a wilderness. How did he do that? With his bombs. His destruction. That's what he's about. He's that man of sin. The lawless one. Who is against the Most High. Who opposes the Most High. As we're proving right now. Okay? And he destroyed it with his bombs. In World War II, it was the B-52 bombers. In modern day, it's the drones. And destroyed the cities thereof, and opened not the house of his prisoners. And again, America houses, you have more Jakes, in the prison system here, all right, than you do if you took every other nation and put them together. All right? You understand that, people? All right? All right. Let's further prove this point about him being opposed. Thessalonians. All right. Thessalonians 2 and 4. All right. Further about his pride. Okay. See, that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which means destruction. That's what he's about, death and destruction. So I suggest you people choose wisely, because that's what Esau, Edomites, that's what they represent, death and destruction. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai represent life. Choose wisely now. Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, the God power, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, God power, right, sitteth in the temple of God. Who's the temple of God? You are. You Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans that make up 12 tribes of Israel. Tells you that in 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God and that he dwelleth in you? All right. Showing himself that he is a God power. See that? There's his God complex. There's his pride. Further, you can read Obadiah, which is just one chapter, verse 3 and 4. Anyway, we're getting back. So let's get back. All right. All right. So we've shown you the foolishness is a rod of pride. All right. Particularly for who Esau, Edom, the Edomite, calls himself white. He's not white, he's red. That's what Edom means, red. But the lips of the wise shall preserve them. What's an example of that? All right. Wisdom and knowledge, right? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. Of the scriptures. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 33 and 6. All right, let's go there. What does it say here? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. What times? Thy times, these times, the times you were living in. All right, so you have to be rooted in these scriptures, people. All right, see, and strength of salvation. So wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of your salvation. You see that? You understand? So if you don't have, okay, the breakdowns, if you don't have the understanding of these scriptures, okay, then you're in darkness. You're not in the light. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to be taken. You're going to be taken out. You understand? You're going to be taken out. You're not going to make it. You understand? You're not going to make it. You're not part of the elect. You're not going to make the chariots and get the new body. You understand? You'll have to come back through the loins of the elect in the kingdom. You understand? You'll have to be reborn again. All right? So fear of the Lord is his treasure. There you go. So everything starts with fear of the Lord, people. And I've already given you scripture on that. Proverbs, right? 9 and 10. And the precept, Proverbs 4 and 7. All right? All right. You know what? We're going to end this here. Okay? And we'll be right back with part 3. All right. Shalom.